I'm not at all confident with my ability to run the electrical wires behind the spray foam without having access to them again, so I choose to run conduit for all of the electrical wires. By doing it this way, I can continue to do my research regarding the electrical and solar system without holding up progress on the spray foam. I'm planning on running the main lines under the bus and have the switches and plugins and such shoot up the outside walls. To accomplish this, I had to drill holes under the bus. To prepare for this, I needed to mark where the holes were going to be, as well as make sure there was no screws or bolts in the way on the inside. Then I went to town on drilling. Well, after I figured out the best way to do it, of course, because it was a little difficult. Okay, the holes are drilled, and I wanted to share with you guys exactly how I did it in case you decide to drill holes on the bottom of your bus as well. So, as you saw yesterday, I went through and taped the underneath. I just put a little X underneath the bus where the holes needed to be drilled. The first thing was to take this punch, and I punched the spot where the hole needed to be drilled. Then I took a smaller drill bit and drilled the first hole. Then a larger drill bit to make the hole a little bit bigger. I don't know what to call these, but I'm going to call them cones. I took a smaller cone to enlarge that hole. And then I took a larger cone to make it bigger. I needed the holes to be 1 inch in diameter. So I kept using this cone and drilling it until this conduit would go up through it. So those are the steps. So today I'm gonna work on installing conduit. So yesterday I spent the day cutting it and cleaning it. So today it's already cut and laying outside. So I'm gonna go outside and install it. So I'm gonna take you with me. Okay. When I first posted this short video of me drilling the holes in the bottom of the bus, I called this a cone, and everyone let me know that it's called a step bit. So now that I know it's called a step bit, I may or may not still call it a cone. Okay, so I came to a conclusion since this project has started. So there's a few of my switches that are a little bit higher because I want them to be like light switches, and I want them a little bit higher up from the ground. When we get back to the living room, some of the plugins are a little bit lower, like when we sit on the couch, it's like couch level. There's 3 of them though that I want a little bit higher because they include switches. So what I found after I cut my conduit was that to get the conduit in the hole underneath, there wasn't enough room because it was so long and I couldn't bend it and get it up in there. So I had 3 options. I could try to feed it from the inside out the hole, which would be hard because I can't really see the hole from here. Plus, I would have to take all of the strapping out to get the right angle. So that would include more work. The other option is to cut that piece of conduit in half and then just attach it together in here, splice it together inside, which I could do. Or I knew that I had some flexible 3/4 inch conduit that I needed to use anyway. So that's what I chose to do. This flexible conduit is so much easier to feed through the holes on the bottom, but I know it's not practical for every purpose. When I got all the conduit through the floor, I just had to stand back and take it all in. I felt like it was finally coming together. I look forward to the day that we will be running wire through them to turn on the lights finally. So my next project is some of these boxes, like this one in particular. It's got the conduit coming up to the bottom, and I couldn't find any that had the hole on the top as well, so I'm gonna drill one. I'm gonna drill a 1/2 inch hole on the top. Okay, I think this is gonna work. This is not the actual adapter that I was looking for at the store, but they didn't have many options, so I think this is gonna work. It's actually not coming off at all, and that's for my 1/2 inch. That's the flexible that's gonna go up to my light. Since this first project, I've actually used this step bit several times. So I got so much done yesterday that today my project is, remember how I told you how this little lip here needs to be trimmed off? So that's what I'm working on today. The purpose of this is so that conduit can go up through there because we need it to go to the ceiling. Okay, that's done. I'm so glad. So my next project is to measure and cut the length for the flexible conduit that's going to go from these boxes here to the lights on the ceiling. Now we have boxes for these lights, and I thought I could just tape these up on the ceiling because I don't have them installed yet to get my measurement, but these won't stay. So I just took the round case off the top. I'm going to tape that to the ceiling and then measure from these side boxes to the top. Yesterday we got all of the flexible conduit installed. You can see it hanging from here. See, I just left it hang because I don't have the light boxes up yet. But that's the goal for today, is to get the light boxes up. Now let me show you what my dilemma is with the light boxes. Let me grab one. So if we put it on the ceiling or on the roof, our ceiling, there's quite a bit of room in between here, like quite a bit in between here. So we need to build it down in the back somehow. All this space right here needs to be built down. So one of the things I'm really good at is saving everything. I feel like so many times I've taken stuff out of the bus and I remember that I have it and I go and grab it because I use it for a different project. So in this instance, I saved a bunch of the scraps from the foam board insulation. And that's what I'm gonna use because it's perfect. It's a little bit bigger than 3/4, and that's exactly what we need. Because we're not gonna screw it to the ceiling. We're gonna basically use like an epoxy to attach it to the ceiling. So we're gonna put this behind this box and epoxy all these together, and then the ceiling then will go underneath here just like that. And it's perfect dimensions. Cutting out a bunch of these circles. I think I'm gonna glue these two together first. And it doesn't have to be real strong. That was my concern first when I kind of came up with this idea. It doesn't have to be real strong because this is all gonna have spray foam around it, and it will be, hold it up there until the spray foam gets here. So that's what we're doing.
If you didn't know, I post a short video almost daily on all social media platforms. So if you want to follow my day-to-day adventures, be sure to check out all platforms.
The next project I have for these boxes is, instead of just building frames all around it to hold it in, because it's gonna have spray foam around it anyway and keep it really secure, I'm going to put one screw right here. And to do that, I bought a cool new tool that I've been really anxious to try. This fun little tool. It screws in like 90 degrees. So we're gonna try it for the first time and see if it works. And I'm just using wood to wood screws because I figure that's good enough. So today is the day that I'm going to attempt to hang all of the boxes for the lights, the electrical, on the ceiling. So if you know me at all, you know that I don't want to call myself a pack rat, but I don't throw many things away. And today it came in handy because I'm gonna use something that we used on the very first day of this demolition. Let me show you. Remember these black metal pieces? They went in between the windows, remember? They were holding like the windows and the roof or the ceiling panel, and these black pieces are gonna come in very handy today as I attempt to hang these boxes. Screw it in each side like this to hold the electrical box in. Okay, the boxes are up and you saw how we did it. Okay, let me go through it a little bit better. We've got our boxes. We have our string to get the middle, basically. we have this piece of metal here to hold that box until the glue dries, which is gonna be 20 hours. So it's screwed in. We're just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna work on the bus tomorrow. So when we come back to the bus on Monday, we'll take these black pieces of metal off, and hopefully the box doesn't fall off. But it might, who knows. Good morning. So it's now Tuesday. The last time you saw me was on Saturday. I came back to the bus yesterday, but I forgot my camera, so you didn't see what I did. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. Plus, I'm wearing summer clothes because it's so nice and warm outside again. Okay, so remember the other day, we put up all of those, we put up these braces that I had used, or that were previously on the bus in the windows. I put them up to hopefully hold these boxes up while they cured. Well, yesterday I came to the bus yesterday afternoon to take these down. I was so nervous because I assumed there was like a 50-50 chance that the box would just fall down. So I took them off, and looky here. They're fine, and they're so tight that look at this. I can pull it, and it even pulls the metal down from the ceiling. So I'm not worried about it now because my lights that I'm getting are really light. They're just basically like RV lights. They're really low profile, really light weight-wise. So once this spray foam gets up there, plus we're gonna put our conduit in there, which is gonna hold it up as well. I'm fine with, I don't think it's gonna fall down. Got to the bus today, and the very first thing that happened was my glasses broke. You see that? And the lens fell out. These are just cheap glasses, so it's not that big of a deal. But I hope this is not the sign of things to come for today. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna pretend like it's not and move forward with my day. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna get lots done. I put the solid conduit in between the two. I kind of actually forgot I had to do that. Remember how I said that I saved everything? Everything I took out of the bus, everything that I feel like I received in the mail, I would save everything. So I save all my little bags too, that I get all of my little parts in, which is gonna come in handy because I'm saving all the screws. So all 4 of these screws, inside there's all these 4 little attachments. There's this little foam. So I'm saving them all in my bag. So if you're ever doing a Skoolie build, save everything because you're probably gonna use it again.
As this project draws to a close, it's one step closer to finishing the Skoolie and getting out on the road. My goodness, I just can't wait.